My dear one, something beautiful is unfolding right now. Something extraordinary is happening in your life at this very moment. Every door that was locked is being opened by my hand. I am moving on your behalf in this very instant, creating pathways where there seem to be none. The right doors are swinging open for you. Every blessing I have prepared is being released right now as you receive these words. I am not waiting for the right moment or the perfect circumstances. I am moving on your behalf in this very instant, tearing down barriers that have stood for years, removing obstacles that seemed permanent, and creating pathways where there seemed to be none. The chains that have held you back are falling to the ground with a sound that echoes through the heavens, and the angels are rejoicing because they know what is coming next for you. They have seen the blueprints of your future, and they are in awe of what I have prepared. I want you to understand the magnitude of what I am doing in your life right now. This is not a small adjustment or a minor correction. This is a complete overhaul of your circumstances, a total transformation of your situation, a radical shift in everything that has been working against you. The spiritual atmosphere around you is changing as these words penetrate your heart. The darkness that has been hovering over certain areas of your life is being pushed back by my light, and it cannot return because I am standing guard over you. I have assigned my most powerful angels to watch over you, not because you are weak, but because you are precious to me, and because the enemy knows that your breakthrough will impact many other lives beyond your own. Your victory is not just about you. It is about the ripple effect that your transformation will have on everyone connected to you, everyone who will witness what I am doing in your life, everyone who will be inspired by your story to believe that I can do the same for them. The spiritual realm is buzzing with activity concerning your situation. I have made decisions concerning your life. Blessings have been released. Assignments have been given to angelic beings who are now in motion on your behalf. You cannot see all of this with your natural eyes, but I want you to know that it is happening. The invisible realm is more active than the visible realm right now. Forces are being deployed. Strategies are being implemented. The enemy's plans are being dismantled one by one, piece by piece, until nothing remains of the structures he tried to build against your future. This is not wishful thinking or religious fantasy. This is spiritual reality, and it is unfolding in real time as you receive these words. For too long you have been waiting at doors that would not open, knocking on opportunities that seemed to ignore your presence, hoping for changes that never seemed to come. I have watched you knock until your knuckles were raw with effort, and your heart was heavy with disappointment. I have seen you stand in front of closed doors, wondering what was wrong with you, wondering why everyone else seemed to have access to blessings that were denied to you. I have heard the silent questions in your heart, the ones you were afraid to speak out loud, the ones that asked whether I had forgotten about you or whether you had somehow disqualified yourself from my favor. Let me answer those questions right now with absolute clarity and divine authority. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have not been disqualified. The doors were not closed because of your inadequacy. They were closed because they were the wrong doors, and I was protecting you from entering rooms that would have harmed you. Every closed door in your past was my protection disguised as rejection. Every opportunity that slipped through your fingers was my redirection disguised as failure. Every time you felt like you were being left behind while others advanced, I was actually holding you back for something better. Something greater, something more aligned with your true purpose than anything you were reaching for at the time. I know that those closed doors hurt. I know that the waiting has been painful. I know that you have cried tears of frustration and confusion, wondering why your life seemed to be stuck in neutral while everyone around you was moving forward. But now, you're about to understand why I made you wait. Now you're about to see why I closed those doors. Now you're about to receive something so much better than what you thought you wanted, that you will thank me for every closed door, every delayed blessing, every answered prayer that came in a different form than you expected. But now, in this season, I am opening the right doors. I am swinging them wide open with such force that no one will be able to close them again. These are doors that I have selected specifically for you, doors that lead to your divine purpose, doors that open into rooms filled with everything you have been praying for and more than you ever thought to ask. I am not opening these doors reluctantly or partially. I am throwing them open with joy because I have been waiting for this moment just as much as you have. I have been counting down to this season of breakthrough, and now that it has arrived, I am pouring out my favor upon you without measure and without restraint. The doors I am opening for you are not ordinary doors. They are supernatural entrances into new dimensions of blessing, new levels of provision, new heights of purpose. When you walk through these doors, you will find that the atmosphere on the other side is completely different from anything you have experienced before. The heaviness you have been carrying will fall off your shoulders the moment you step through. The confusion that has clouded your thinking will clear instantly. The fear that has been whispering lies into your ear will be silenced by the overwhelming peace that fills these new rooms I am leading you into. These doors lead to places of abundance where lack is not even a concept. Places of peace where anxiety cannot survive. Places of purpose where every question about your identity and your calling will be answered with crystal clarity. Let me tell you about the specific doors that are opening in your life right now. I am opening doors in your finances that have been sealed shut by the enemy's interference. For years, there has been a blockage in your financial pipeline, a spiritual obstruction that has prevented my provision from flowing freely into your life. You have worked hard. You have been faithful with what you had. You have trusted me even when your bank account seemed to mock your faith. You have given when you had barely enough for yourself because you believed my promise that givers would receive. But still, the breakthrough did not come. The numbers never seemed to add up the way they should have. Unexpected expenses kept appearing. Opportunities for increase kept falling through at the last moment. It seemed like there was a glass ceiling over your finances that you could not break through no matter how hard you tried. I want you to know that your faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. Every seed you planted in faith during those difficult seasons has been growing underground where you could not see it. Every dollar you gave when you could not afford to give has been multiplying in the spiritual realm. Every act of financial obedience, every tithe, every offering, every gift to someone in need has been recorded in heaven and is about to produce a harvest that will overwhelm you with its abundance. I am removing the blockage. I am opening the floodgates. I am releasing financial breakthrough that will not just meet your needs, but will overflow so abundantly that you will become a source of blessing for others who are still waiting for their own breakthrough. The financial doors opening for you include doors of opportunity that will increase your income in ways you did not expect. New streams of revenue are about to flow into your life. Some of them will come through your current employment as promotions, raises, bonuses, and new responsibilities that come with new compensation. Others will come through business ideas that I have been planting in your mind, ideas that will generate income beyond your salary. Still others will come through unexpected channels, inheritances you did not know about, debts repaid that you had written off, gifts from sources you never anticipated, and opportunities that will seem to appear out of nowhere, but are actually the result of my careful orchestration behind the scenes. I am opening doors in your relationships that have been closed by misunderstanding and betrayal. The enemy has worked hard to isolate you, to make you feel alone, to convince you that no one truly understands you or cares about you. He has used painful experiences from your past to build walls around your heart, walls that were meant to protect you but ended up imprisoning you instead. Those walls have kept others at a distance. They have prevented the kind of deep, meaningful connections that your soul craves. They have left you feeling lonely even when you were surrounded by people, because true intimacy requires vulnerability, and you have been too wounded to be vulnerable. In this season, I am breaking down those walls. I am healing the wounds that made you afraid to trust again. I am bringing people into your life who will love you the way you deserve to be loved. People who will see your value even when you cannot see it yourself. People who will stand by you through every storm and celebrate with you through every victory. The connections I am creating for you right now are divine appointments that will change the trajectory of your entire life. These are not casual acquaintances or surface-level friendships. These are covenant relationships, deep bonds of mutual support and genuine love that will sustain you through whatever lies ahead. I am healing the wounds from past relationships that left you damaged and distrustful. I know about the friend who betrayed your confidence, spreading your secrets like gossip and turning others against you. I know about the family member who should have protected you, but instead became a source of pain. I know about the romantic partner who promised forever but left you broken and questioning whether you were worthy of love. Every one of these wounds has affected how you relate to others. Every betrayal has made you a little more guarded, a little more suspicious, a little more hesitant to let anyone get close. But I am healing you from all of that. I am restoring your ability to trust. I am giving you discernment to recognize safe people from unsafe people. And I am surrounding you with relationships that will prove to you that love is still possible, that trust is still worthwhile, that connection is still available to someone who has been hurt as badly as you have been hurt. I am opening doors in your health that have been locked by the enemy's attacks on your body. I know about the symptoms that worry you, the diagnoses that frightened you, the medical reports that seem to predict a future filled with limitations and suffering. I know about the nights you have spent researching your condition online, growing more anxious with every article you read, imagining worst-case scenarios that kept you awake with fear. I know about the prayers you have prayed for healing, the tears you have cried, the desperation you have felt as your body seemed to betray you with weakness and pain. But I am the God who heals all your diseases, and I am releasing healing into your body right now as you receive these words. This is not a general blessing or a vague promise. This is a specific release of my healing power into your specific body, targeting your specific conditions, addressing your specific symptoms. My healing power is flowing through every cell, every organ, every system in your body. Where there has been weakness, I am bringing strength. Where there has been disease, I am bringing wholeness. Where there has been pain, I am bringing relief. Where there has been deterioration, I am bringing regeneration. The doors to health and vitality are swinging open, and you will walk through them into a season of physical well-being that will allow you to fulfill every purpose I have placed in your heart. I created your body. I know it better than any doctor, any specialist, any medical expert who has ever examined you. I know the number of hairs on your head. I know the number of cells in your body. I know the chemical composition of every organ and the electrical impulses that control every function. I designed the systems that keep you alive, and I have the power to restore any system that has been damaged or corrupted. The healing I am releasing is not limited by medical science. It is not bound by prognoses or statistics. It operates in a dimension beyond what doctors can measure or predict. This is supernatural healing, the same power that caused the lame to walk and the blind to see, and the dead to rise when my Son walked the earth. That power is available to you. That power is flowing toward you. That power is entering your body right now. I am opening doors in your mind and emotions that have been closed by trauma and fear. The enemy has used your painful experiences to create prisons in your mind, patterns of thinking that keep you trapped in cycles of anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. He has built strongholds of fear in your thought life, fortresses of negativity that influence everything you perceive, every decision you make, every relationship you engage in. These mental prisons are invisible to others, but they are very real to you. You live inside them every day, and you have started to believe that escape is impossible. The enemy has convinced you that you will always feel this way, that healing is not possible for someone who has been through what you have been through, that the best you can hope for is to manage your pain rather than be freed from it. He has pointed to the years of struggle as evidence that your condition is permanent. He has reminded you of every failed attempt at feeling better, every therapy that did not work, every medication that did not solve the problem. He has built a case against your healing that seems airtight and irrefutable. But I am telling you right now that complete healing is not only possible but guaranteed, because I am the God who restores the soul. I am breaking every chain of mental torment. I am demolishing every stronghold of negative thinking. I am flooding your mind with my peace, my joy, my hope. The doors to emotional freedom are opening, and you will walk through them into a life of mental peace that you thought was only available to people who had not suffered like you have suffered. Your past does not determine your future. Your trauma does not define your destiny. The pain you have experienced does not disqualify you from experiencing joy. I am doing a new thing in your mind, and you will feel the difference as my peace replaces your anxiety and my joy replaces your despair. The windows of heaven are also being opened over your life in this season. Not just the doors of opportunity on earth, but the windows of heaven itself. I am pouring out blessings that you do not even have room to receive. I am releasing favor that will follow you wherever you go, grace that will cover every mistake, provision that will meet every need before you even know you have it. When the windows of heaven are open over someone's life, everything changes. Strangers become helpers. Obstacles become stepping stones. Delays become divine timing. What looked like rejection becomes redirection towards something far better than what you originally wanted. This is what it means to live under the open windows of heaven. And this is exactly what I am establishing over your life right now. When the windows of heaven are open, you walk into situations and find that the atmosphere shifts in your favor. People who have no natural reason to help you suddenly feel compelled to offer assistance. Opportunities that were hidden from everyone else become visible to you. Problems that seemed insurmountable suddenly present solutions that no one had thought of before. This is what happens when heaven is actively involved in your daily life, when the spiritual realm is pouring blessing into the natural realm on your behalf. This is the reality I am creating for you. From this point forward, you will live with the windows of heaven open over your head, and the blessings will never stop flowing. But I am not just opening doors and windows. I am also removing every curse that has been spoken over your life, every negative word that has been launched against you like a weapon, every declaration of failure and defeat that the enemy has tried to attach to your destiny. Words have power, and the enemy knows this. He has been studying the power of words since the beginning of creation, when he heard me speak the universe into existence with nothing but my voice. He knows that words carry creative and destructive power. He knows that words shape reality. And he has used this knowledge to orchestrate attacks against you through the mouths of others and even through your own mouth. He has used the mouths of people who were supposed to love you to speak death over your future. Parents who should have spoken blessing over you instead spoke words of criticism, rejection, and discouragement. Teachers who should have built your confidence instead tore it down with careless remarks and harsh assessments. Friends who should have celebrated your potential instead spoke words of doubt and limitation over your dreams. Romantic partners who should have cherished you instead spoke words that made you feel worthless and unlovable. All of these words have accumulated in the spiritual atmosphere around your life, forming a cloud of negativity that has influenced your self-perception and your circumstances. He has used your own mouth to agree with his lies about who you are and what you deserve. He has gotten you to say things about yourself that were not true but felt true because of the pain you were experiencing. He has convinced you to declare your own failure, your own inadequacy, your own unworthiness. Every time you said that you would never succeed, you were speaking a curse over your own life. Every time you declared that good things were for other people but not for you, you were agreeing with the enemy's assessment of your value. Every time you looked in the mirror and spoke words of hatred and disappointment about what you saw, you were participating in his plan to destroy you from the inside out. He has created a web of curses around you, trying to trap you in a destiny of limitation and lack. But I am more powerful than any curse. My blessing cancels every curse. My words override every negative declaration. And right now, I am speaking blessing over every area of your life, reversing every curse that has ever been spoken against you. I am speaking words of life where words of death have been spoken. I am declaring abundance where lack has been declared. I am proclaiming health where sickness has been pronounced. I am announcing victory where defeat has been predicted. My words are more powerful than any words that have been spoken against you, and my words will prevail. I am breaking the curse of poverty that has followed your family for generations. This curse did not start with you. It goes back through your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, back through generations that you do not even know about. Somewhere in your family line, a pattern of financial struggle was established, and it has been repeating itself ever since. This curse has convinced your bloodline that struggle is normal, that there will never be enough, that financial breakthrough is for other people, but not for you. It has become so embedded in your family's collective consciousness that it feels like an unchangeable reality, like a genetic trait that cannot be altered. This curse has created patterns of lack that seemed impossible to break, cycles of debt and insufficiency that repeated themselves generation after generation. Your parents struggled financially. Their parents struggled financially. Their parents before them struggled financially. And the enemy wanted this pattern to continue through you and into your children and grandchildren, perpetuating financial bondage throughout your bloodline forever. He wanted lack to be your inheritance, poverty to be your legacy, struggle to be the only financial reality your family ever knew. But today, in this moment, I am breaking that generational curse over your family. I am cutting the cord that has connected you to the poverty of your ancestors. I am establishing a new legacy of abundance that will not only transform your life, but will bless your children and your children's children. The curse of poverty ends with you. You are the generation in which this pattern stops. From this day forward, you and your descendants will walk in financial freedom and supernatural provision. Your children will not inherit your financial struggles. They will inherit your financial breakthroughs. Your grandchildren will grow up in an atmosphere of abundance, not an atmosphere of lack. The curse is broken. The new legacy begins. I am breaking the curse of sickness that has plagued your family line. You have watched family members suffer from diseases that seem to be passed down from generation to generation. You have heard the stories about relatives who died young from conditions that run in the family. You have perhaps seen the same symptoms appearing in your own body and wondered if you are destined to follow the same path of illness and early death. This curse has manifested as hereditary diseases, chronic conditions that seem to be your genetic destiny, health problems that appeared in every generation as if they were inevitable. The enemy has used this curse to steal years from your family members' lives and quality from their days. He has used it to keep your family focused on managing sickness rather than enjoying health. He has used it to create fear about the future, anxiety about symptoms, and hopelessness about the possibility of ever being truly well. He wanted you to accept that sickness was simply your lot in life, something to be endured rather than something to be overcome. But I am the God who heals, and my healing power is stronger than any genetic predisposition, any family history, any medical probability. I am rewriting your genetic code with my healing touch. I am breaking the patterns of sickness that have been passed down through generations. The diseases that have haunted your family will not haunt your descendants, because I am ending that curse right here and right now. Your children will not inherit your family's history of illness. They will inherit the health that I am establishing in your bloodline. Generations to come will look back at you as the one through whom the curse was broken, the one who received the breakthrough that changed the health trajectory of the entire family. I am breaking the curse of broken relationships that has shattered families in your bloodline. Look back through your family history, and you will see a pattern of relational destruction. Divorces that left children torn between parents. Estrangements that separated siblings for decades. Parents and children who stopped speaking over conflicts that escalated beyond repair. Extended family members who became enemies instead of allies. This curse has caused divorces, estrangements, conflicts, and separations that have left generations of your family members isolated and wounded. The enemy has used this curse to prevent your family from experiencing the joy and support that comes from healthy, loving relationships. He has robbed your family of the strength that comes from unity. He has stolen the comfort that comes from having people who truly know you and truly love you. He has made it seem normal for families to be fractured, for marriages to fail, for parents and children to be at war with each other. But I am the God who restores relationships, and I am breaking this curse over your family. From this day forward, there will be a new pattern of unity, love, and connection in your family line. Marriages will be strong. Husbands and wives will fight for their marriages instead of against each other. Parents and children will be close. The generational divide that has caused conflict will be bridged by understanding and mutual respect. Extended family members will support and cherish one another. Family gatherings will be times of joy rather than sources of stress. The curse of broken relationships ends with you. The legacy of loving connection begins. I am breaking the curse of failure that has sabotaged the success of people in your bloodline. You may have noticed that your family has a history of almost succeeding. People start businesses that fail at the last moment. People have opportunities that slip through their fingers just as they are about to grasp them. People work hard their whole lives but never seem to achieve the breakthrough that should come from their efforts. This curse has caused promising ventures to collapse, talented individuals to fall short of their potential, opportunities to slip through fingers at the last moment. The enemy has used this curse to create a ceiling over your family, a glass barrier that has prevented generation after generation from rising to the level of success that I designed them for. He has used it to create a family narrative of near misses and almost theirs, convincing each generation that success is simply not available to people with your last name. He wanted you to stop trying, to accept mediocrity as your destiny, to settle for less than what I created you for. But today, I am shattering that ceiling. I am removing every limitation that has been placed on your potential. I am breaking the patterns of failure and establishing patterns of success. You will succeed where your ancestors failed. You will finish what they could not complete. You will rise to heights that no one in your family has ever reached before, because the curse of failure is broken and my blessing of success is now upon you. Your success will be so spectacular that it will redefine what is possible for people with your family history. You will become the evidence that the curse has been broken, the living proof that a new era has begun. I am breaking the curse of addiction that has enslaved members of your family for generations. Perhaps you have watched family members destroy themselves with alcohol, drugs, gambling, or other destructive behaviors. Perhaps you have seen the same patterns repeating across generations. Parents passing their addictions down to children who pass them down to their children. Perhaps you have struggled with these same tendencies yourself, wondering if you are simply destined to follow in the footsteps of those who came before you. This curse has manifested as alcoholism, drug dependency, gambling, and other destructive habits that have stolen peace, health, and destiny from your loved ones. The enemy has used this curse to keep your family in bondage, passing the chains of addiction from parent to child, generation after generation. He has used it to steal years of productive life, to destroy marriages and families, to drain financial resources, to kill dreams and potential. He has convinced each generation that they are powerless against these compulsions, that the best they can hope for is to manage their addictions rather than be free from them. But I am the God who sets captives free, and my freedom is more powerful than any addiction. I am breaking the generational pattern of addiction right now. I am cutting the spiritual roots that have made your family susceptible to these destructive behaviors. The addiction that has plagued your bloodline will not have any power over you or your descendants. Freedom is your new inheritance. Your children and grandchildren will not understand addiction from personal experience. They will only know about it from stories about the past, stories about what the family used to struggle with before you received the breakthrough that changed everything. I am breaking the curse of fear that has paralyzed members of your family throughout the generations. Fear of failure that prevented risk-taking. Fear of rejection that prevented vulnerability. Fear of success that caused self-sabotage. Fear of the future that prevented enjoyment of the present. Fear of intimacy that prevented deep relationships. Fear of death that stole peace from life. This curse of fear has been passed down through the generations, teaching each new generation to be afraid before they even had a chance to be courageous. The enemy has used this curse to shrink your family's world, to keep your family members playing small, to prevent them from stepping into the fullness of what I had for them. Fear has been the fence that kept your family penned in, preventing them from exploring the vast territories of blessing and purpose that I had prepared for them. But I am breaking this curse of fear right now. I am releasing a spirit of courage into your bloodline. From this point forward, your family will be known for bravery, not timidity. Your descendants will take bold risks and reap bold rewards. The curse of fear is broken. The legacy of courage begins. As I break these curses, I am simultaneously releasing blessings into your life that will replace every negative thing that is being removed. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the spiritual realm. As the curses are removed, I am filling those spaces with blessings so abundant and so powerful that there will be no room for the curses to return. Where there was poverty, I am establishing abundance. Where there was sickness, I am establishing health. Where there was broken relationship, I am establishing unity. Where there was failure, I am establishing success. Where there was addiction, I am establishing freedom. Where there was fear, I am establishing courage. These blessings are not temporary. They are permanent installations in your life that will remain as long as you continue to walk with me and trust in my provision. The blessings I am releasing into your life right now are already on their way to you. Some of them will manifest within days. Others will unfold over weeks. But all of them are certain because I have declared them, and my word never returns to me void. When I speak blessing over your life, that blessing must come to pass because my words carry creative power. I spoke the universe into existence with my words. I hung the stars in the sky with my voice. I called forth life from nothing with my declaration. And now I am speaking blessing over your life with that same creative power. These are not empty promises or wishful thinking. These are divine decrees that cannot be stopped, redirected, or diminished by any force in heaven, on earth, or under the earth. I want you to understand how deeply and completely I am blessing you in this season. This is not a partial blessing or a limited blessing. This is a full blessing, an overflowing blessing, a blessing that will touch every area of your life without exception. Your finances are blessed. Your health is blessed. Your relationships are blessed. Your career is blessed. Your ministry is blessed. Your creativity is blessed. Your sleep is blessed. Your waking is blessed. Your coming in is blessed. Your going out is blessed. Everything you put your hand to is blessed. Everything you dream about is blessed. Everything you pray for is blessed. There is not a single area of your life that will escape my blessing in this season, because I have decided to bless you completely, and there is no one who can stop what I have decided. My blessing is entering your home right now as you receive these words. It is flowing through the walls, filling every room, touching every person who lives under your roof. I am blessing your living spaces with peace that you can feel the moment you walk through the door. I am blessing your kitchen with provision that will never run out. I am blessing your bedroom with restful sleep and sweet dreams. I am blessing every closet and corner with an atmosphere of divine presence. Your home is becoming a sanctuary of peace where the chaos of the world cannot penetrate. No matter what storms rage outside your walls, the inside of your home will be a place of calm and safety. Your home is becoming a place of healing where wounds are tended and hearts are restored. When you or your family members come home broken by the battles of the day, you will find that the atmosphere of your home brings healing. Relationships that were strained will be restored in the peace of your home. Bodies that were tired will be rejuvenated in the rest of your home. Minds that were troubled will find clarity in the calm of your home. Your home is becoming a fortress of protection where the enemy's attacks are deflected and his schemes are exposed before they can cause any damage. I am blessing your home because I know how important it is for you to have a place of refuge, a place where you can be yourself without judgment, a place where you can rest and recover and prepare for the battles that lie ahead. My blessing is entering your workplace with transformative power. Whether you work in an office, a factory, a store, a school, your own home, or anywhere else, my blessing is flowing into that space and changing the atmosphere. You will notice the difference. Projects that were stalled will start moving again. Ideas that were blocked will begin to flow. Relationships that were difficult will become manageable. Opportunities that were hidden will become visible. Favor that was withheld will be released without explanation. Co-workers who were hostile will suddenly become friendly, and you will wonder what changed. Supervisors who were unfair will become just, and you will not understand why they had a change of heart. But you will know that it was my blessing at work, changing the environment in your favor. I am blessing your work because I want you to thrive in your career, not just survive. I want you to excel, to advance, to be recognized for the excellence you bring to everything you do. I want your work to be satisfying, not draining. I want your efforts to be rewarded, not overlooked. I want your career to be a source of purpose and provision, not a source of stress and frustration. Your work is an act of worship when you do it as unto me, and I am rewarding your faithfulness with promotion and increase. The ceiling that has been over your career advancement is being removed. The glass barriers that have prevented your rise are being shattered. You are about to experience professional breakthroughs that will position you exactly where I want you to be. My blessing is entering your body with healing power. It is flowing through your bloodstream, touching every organ, healing every wound, strengthening every weakness. This blessing carries my healing power, my restorative energy, my life-giving force. It is going to places that doctors cannot reach, addressing conditions that medicine cannot cure, solving problems that have seemed unsolvable. Where doctors have said there is no hope, my blessing is creating hope. Where medical science has reached its limits, my blessing is operating beyond those limits. I am not bound by what is medically possible, because I am the one who created the bodies that doctors study. I know every cell, every molecule, every atom of your being because I designed them all. And I am blessing your body with health, vitality, and strength that will carry you through many more years of purposeful living. My blessing is entering your mind with transforming peace. It is clearing away the fog of confusion that has made it difficult for you to think clearly. You have felt like you were walking through life in a mental haze, unable to see clearly. unable to think straight, unable to make decisions with confidence. But my blessing is bringing clarity. It is quieting the anxious thoughts that have kept you awake at night, the thoughts that spiral out of control, imagining every possible thing that could go wrong. It is silencing the voices of self-doubt that have undermined your confidence and caused you to second-guess every decision you make. It is replacing lies with truth, fear with faith, despair with hope. I am blessing your mind because I know how much the enemy has targeted your thought life. He knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can control your life. But my blessing is more powerful than his schemes. I am renewing your mind, transforming your thought patterns, establishing new neural pathways that lead to peace and joy instead of anxiety and despair. My blessing is entering your emotions with healing balm. It is healing the wounds that have caused you to feel broken, rejected, and worthless. It is filling the empty places in your heart with my love, which is more than enough to satisfy the deepest longings of your being. It is calming the storms of anger and resentment that have raged within you, sometimes for years, storms that have damaged relationships and stolen your peace. I am blessing your emotions because I created you to experience the full range of feelings that make life rich and meaningful. The enemy has tried to corrupt your emotional life, to make you afraid of feeling anything because pain has been so frequent. But I am restoring your capacity to feel joy that bubbles up from deep within. I am restoring your capacity to feel peace that remains even in difficult circumstances. I am restoring your capacity to feel love without the fear of being hurt. I am restoring your capacity to feel hope that believes good things are coming. You will laugh again with genuine laughter that comes from a healed heart. You will sing again with songs that express true joy. You will dance again with movements that celebrate life. Your emotional life will be a source of blessing, not a burden to manage. I am also bringing deep healing to your soul in this season, the part of you that goes beyond mind and emotions to the core of your being. Your soul has been wounded by experiences that no one should have to go through. You have suffered losses that left holes in your heart that nothing seemed to fill. Not relationships, not achievements, not possessions, not entertainment. You have experienced betrayals that made it difficult to trust anyone ever again. Betrayals that taught you that vulnerability was dangerous and openness was foolish. You have endured disappointments that made you afraid to hope for anything good. Disappointments that trained you to expect the worst, so you would not be hurt when it came. You have been through seasons of such intense pain that you wondered if you would survive. Seasons when simply getting through each day felt like a victory. But you did survive. You are still here. You are receiving these words right now, which means you made it through every dark season, every impossible situation, every moment when you thought you could not go on. And now I am going to do more than just help you survive. I am going to heal you so completely that your past pain will become a source of wisdom and compassion, rather than a source of ongoing suffering. The very things that hurt you the most will become the foundation of your most powerful ministry to others. The wounds that almost destroyed you will become the places from which healing flows to others. The healing I am bringing to your soul is comprehensive and complete. I am not just putting bandages on your wounds, covering them up so they are not visible while the infection continues to spread underneath. I am regenerating the tissue, so to speak. I am healing you at the deepest level, where the root of the pain exists. Surface healing would leave you vulnerable to being wounded in the same way again, because the underlying weakness would still be there. But deep healing will make you stronger than you were before the wound occurred. This is my specialty. I take what the enemy meant for evil, and I turn it for good. I take the very thing that almost destroyed you, and I transform it into the foundation of your greatest victory. The enemy will be horrified when he sees what I have done with the pain he caused you, because instead of destroying you, that pain will become the catalyst for your most powerful ministry to others. I am healing the wounds from your childhood that you have carried for so long, wounds that were inflicted before you were old enough to understand what was happening, or why. I know about the things that happened when you were too young to understand why people hurt you the way they did. You could not make sense of it then, and parts of you still cannot make sense of it now. I know about the words that were spoken over you that made you feel worthless, unwanted, and unloved. Words that became the lens through which you viewed yourself for years to come. I know about the absence of things that should have been present, the lack of affirmation that would have built your confidence, the lack of protection that would have made you feel safe. the lack of nurturing that left you feeling like you had to figure everything out on your own. I know about the confusion that comes from being hurt by people who were supposed to take care of you. When the very people who should have been your safety become your danger, something breaks inside that is very hard to repair. Trust becomes complicated, love becomes suspicious, safety becomes an illusion. And I am healing all of it, every wound, every memory, every scar. I am going back in time through my eternal presence and bringing healing to those moments that have shaped your self-perception in such negative ways. I am reframing those experiences with the truth of who you really are, with the truth of how I see you, with the truth of your value and worth that was never diminished by how others treated you. I am healing the wounds from the relationships that broke your heart. I know about the people who promised to love you and then left without warning, without explanation, without giving you the chance to understand what went wrong. I know about the ones who made you feel safe and then betrayed your trust in ways that still affect how you relate to others. Betrayals that taught you that the people who seem safest are sometimes the most dangerous. I know about the friendships that ended without explanation, leaving you wondering what you did wrong, replaying conversations in your mind, looking for the mistake that caused them to walk away. I know about the family members who chose sides, who spread gossip, who turned people you loved against you, family members who should have been your allies but became your adversaries. I know about the romantic relationships that started with such hope and ended with such devastation, relationships where you gave your heart completely only to have it returned to you in pieces. Every one of these wounds is being touched by my healing power right now. I am removing the infection of bitterness that has been growing in these wounds, bitterness that has poisoned your ability to trust and to love freely. I am closing them with my love so that they become scars rather than open wounds, reminders of what you survived rather than sources of ongoing pain. I am healing the wounds from the failures that made you doubt yourself. I know about the times you tried your best and it was not enough, times when you gave everything you had and still came up short. I know about the opportunities you missed because of mistakes you made, opportunities that would have changed the trajectory of your life if only you had made different choices. I know about the goals you did not achieve, the dreams that died, the plans that fell apart despite your best efforts. I know how these failures have made you afraid to try again, afraid to dream again, afraid to hope again. The pain of falling short is often worse than the pain of never trying at all, because at least if you do not try, you can tell yourself that you would have succeeded if you had. But I am healing the shame and self-doubt that these failures have caused. I am reframing your failures as learning experiences rather than evidence of your inadequacy. Every successful person in history has failed many times. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey toward success. It is the teacher that prepares you for victory. And I am healing your relationship with failure so that you can get back up, try again, and eventually succeed at everything I have called you to do. Your failures do not define you. Your risings define you. And you are about to rise in ways that will make all your previous failures look like nothing more than preparation for greatness. I am healing the wounds from the things you did that you wish you could take back. I know about the decisions you made that hurt people you loved. Decisions made in anger or fear or selfishness that you would reverse in a heartbeat if you could. I know about the words you spoke in anger that you can never unspeak. Words that damaged relationships, wounded hearts, and created divisions that may never be fully healed. I know about the opportunities you had to do the right thing but chose to do the wrong thing instead. Opportunities to be kind that you missed. Opportunities to be generous that you passed by. Opportunities to be loving that you ignored. I know about the guilt and shame you carry from these choices. The weight of regret that has been pressing down on your shoulders for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to stand up straight. But I am healing you from self-condemnation. Yes, you made mistakes. Yes, some of those mistakes hurt people. Yes, you could have done better. But you are not defined by your worst moments. You are defined by my love for you and by my purpose for your life. I have forgiven you for everything, every single thing. There is nothing in your past that remains unforgiven if you have brought it to me. It is time for you to forgive yourself. The healing I am bringing includes freedom from the prison of regret that has held you captive. You can let go of the past now. You can stop punishing yourself for things I have already forgotten. You can walk free from the weight of guilt that was never meant to be a permanent burden. As I heal your soul, I am also giving rest to your heart. Your heart has been working so hard for so long. It has been carrying burdens it was never meant to carry. Burdens of worry about the future. Burdens of regret about the past. Burdens of responsibility for things that are not your responsibility. It has been fighting battles it was never meant to fight alone. Battles against fear, against doubt, against discouragement. Battles that were meant to be shared with me, but that you have been trying to fight in your own strength. It has been trying to protect you from more pain by staying alert, staying anxious, staying ready for the next attack. Your heart has been on high alert for so long that it has forgotten what peace feels like. But I want your heart to rest. I want you to experience a peace so deep that your heart can finally relax its vigilance. I am taking the burdens you have been carrying. I am fighting the battles you have been facing. I am standing guard so that your heart can rest in the assurance that you are safe, you are loved, and you are protected by someone who will never fail you or leave you. You do not have to carry everything anymore. You do not have to fight every battle anymore. You do not have to figure everything out anymore. I am here. I am capable. I am willing. Let me take over so that your heart can rest. The rest I am giving you is not the kind of rest that comes from exhaustion, the collapse that happens when you cannot go any further, when you simply have no more energy to keep going. This is a different kind of rest. This is the rest that comes from trust, the peace that settles over you when you know that someone capable and loving is taking care of everything. This is the kind of rest a child experiences when they fall asleep in their parents' arms, completely unworried about anything, because they trust that their parent will handle whatever needs to be handled. The child does not stay awake worrying about the mortgage or the grocery list or the challenges of tomorrow. The child rests because the child trusts. I want you to experience that kind of rest in your relationship with me. I want you to trust me so completely that you can stop striving, stop worrying, stop trying to control everything, and simply rest in my care. I know that rest has not come easily to you. Your mind races with thoughts about everything that could go wrong, thoughts that multiply in the quiet moments until they fill every corner of your consciousness. Your body carries tension that you do not even notice anymore, because it has become your normal state. Tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your jaw. Tension that only becomes apparent when someone asks you to relax and you realize you do not remember how. Your spirit is weary from years of spiritual warfare. Years of fighting to maintain your faith in the face of circumstances that seem to contradict everything I promised you. Years of believing when believing was hard. Years of hoping when hope seemed foolish. But this season is different. This is a season of rest. Not because the challenges have disappeared, but because I am handling them for you. Not because there is nothing to worry about, but because I am taking the worry onto my own shoulders. You can rest now. You can breathe. You can let go of the tension that has been building up for so long that you forgot you were even carrying it. I have got everything under control. Your finances are under control. Your health is under control. Your relationships are under control. Your future is under control. Everything that concerns you is under my management, and I am a very good manager. Rest. Rest in my love for you. Let it soak into the places in your heart that have felt unloved and unwanted. Let it heal the wounds left by people who should have loved you better, but did not know how or did not care, or were too broken themselves to give you what you needed. Let it fill the emptiness that comes from searching for love in places that could never satisfy your deepest needs. The emptiness left by relationships that promised everything and delivered nothing. The emptiness left by achievements that felt hollow the moment you achieved them. My love for you is not based on your performance, your appearance, your achievements, or your usefulness to me. I love you because you are mine. My love for you is infinite because I chose you before the foundation of the world. You are treasured by me because my love is who I am, and I cannot not love you any more than I could stop being God. This love is your resting place. This love is your home. This love is the foundation on which I am building your new life of blessing and breakthrough. Rest in my protection over you. You do not have to be afraid of what the enemy might do next. You do not have to stay awake at night wondering how you will handle the next attack. You do not have to exhaust yourself trying to anticipate every possible threat and prepare for every possible disaster. I am your protection. I am your shield and your fortress. I am the wall around you that no enemy can breach. My angels are stationed around you in greater numbers than you can imagine. The forces of darkness that have been assigned against you are vastly outnumbered by the forces of light that I have assigned to protect you. You are safe, not because there are no threats, but because I am more powerful than any threat. Not because the enemy has given up, but because I will never let him win. Rest in my provision for you. Stop worrying about how you will pay the bills, how you will provide for your family, how you will have enough for the future. I am your provider. I am the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I am the one who created all the silver and gold, all the diamonds and rubies, all the resources and wealth on this planet. I am not limited by the economy, by your job, by your education, or by your circumstances. I can provide for you through 1,000 different channels, many of which you cannot even imagine right now. I have provided for my people in deserts where there was no water, and in wildernesses where there was no food. I sent manna from heaven and water from rocks. I multiplied loaves and fishes to feed thousands from a boy's lunch. I filled empty oil jars until there were no more containers to fill. This same miraculous provision is available to you. Rest in the assurance that I will always provide what you need, when you need it, in ways that will leave you in awe of my faithfulness. Rest in my plan for you. Stop trying to figure everything out on your own. Stop stressing about decisions that feel impossible, paths that seem unclear, futures that look uncertain. I have a plan for your life that is good, that is purposeful, that will lead to your flourishing and the flourishing of everyone connected to you. This plan was designed specifically for you, taking into account your unique gifts, your specific experiences, your particular challenges and opportunities. No one else could fulfill this plan because no one else is you. And I will guide you through this plan step by step, providing clarity when you need it, direction when you are lost, and confirmation when you are doubting. You do not have to see the whole path at once. You just have to take the next step, and I will illuminate that step as you need it. Rest in the assurance that I know the way even when you do not. The protection I am providing for you in this season is stronger and more comprehensive than anything you have experienced before. I am not just protecting you from physical harm, although I am certainly doing that. I am protecting you on every level of your being. I am protecting your mind from the lies and deceptions of the enemy, the thoughts he tries to plant that would lead you away from truth and into confusion. I am protecting your emotions from the attacks that would destabilize your peace, the triggers that the enemy uses to throw you off balance and make you react instead of respond. I am protecting your relationships from the interference of people and spirits who would try to divide you from the people I have given you. I am protecting your finances from the schemes that would try to steal your provision, the unexpected expenses and the bad investments and the fraudulent opportunities. I am protecting your health from every attack of sickness and disease that the enemy would try to launch against your body. I am protecting your destiny from every force that would try to derail you from your purpose. I have assigned warrior angels to guard you. These are not merely defensive angels who stand passively around you waiting for something to happen. These are aggressive warriors who actively engage the enemy on your behalf. They are not waiting for attacks to come to you. They are going out ahead of you to clear the way, to remove obstacles, to disarm traps before you even know they were set. When demonic forces are sent against you, my angels intercept them before they can reach you. When curses are spoken over you, my angels catch those words in midair and neutralize them with my blessing. When traps are set for you, my angels expose them and guide you around them. When the enemy tries to blind you to opportunities, my angels open your eyes and lead you to the doors I have opened for you. You are walking through life with a supernatural security detail that never sleeps, never gets distracted, and never fails in their mission to protect you. My protection over you also includes protection from yourself. I know that sometimes you are your own worst enemy. I know about the self-destructive patterns that have caused you to sabotage your own success, patterns you learned in childhood or developed as coping mechanisms that no longer serve you. I know about the negative self-talk that has convinced you that you do not deserve good things, the inner critic that is harsher on you than anyone else has ever been. I know about the tendency to push away blessings because you do not feel worthy of receiving them, the instinct to reject what I am trying to give you because you cannot believe something so good could really be for you. I am protecting you from these patterns. I am breaking these cycles. I am healing the wounds that cause you to hurt yourself with your thoughts, your words, and your choices. My protection is comprehensive enough to guard you from every threat, including the threats that originate within your own mind and heart. I am teaching you to be kind to yourself, to speak to yourself the way I speak to you, to treat yourself with the love and respect that I have for you. You will learn to receive blessings without guilt. You will learn to accept good things without waiting for the other shoe to drop. You will learn to believe that you deserve the good I am pouring into your life. I am also protecting your family in this season. The enemy has targeted your loved ones because he knows that hurting them hurts you. He cannot always get to you directly, so he goes after the people you love, knowing that their pain will become your pain. He has tried to attack your children, your spouse, your parents, your siblings, everyone who matters to you. He has tried to create conflict between you and your family members. He has tried to tempt them into sin that would destroy their lives and break your heart. He has tried to afflict them with sickness, depression, addiction, and every other form of destruction. But I am extending my protection over your entire household. Every person under your roof is covered by my blessing and guarded by my angels. I am breaking the attacks that have been launched against your family members. I am healing the divisions that have separated you from the people you love. I am restoring relationships that the enemy tried to destroy. I am protecting your children from influences that would lead them astray. I am protecting your marriage from the forces that would try to tear it apart. I am protecting your parents from the attacks that come with age. Your family is under my protection, and no weapon formed against them will prosper. In this season, I am not only protecting you from attacks, but I am also lifting you up from the places where you have fallen. I know that there have been times when life knocked you down and you were not sure you could get back up. I know about the failures that left you flat on your face, wondering if there was any point in trying again. I know about the defeats that stole your confidence and made you afraid to take risks. I know about the moments when you felt so low that even getting out of bed seemed like an impossible task. But I am the God who lifts up those who fall. I am the one who raises the humble and the broken. I am your strength when you have no strength left. When you fell, I was there to catch you. Even if you felt like you hit the ground hard, I was cushioning your fall, limiting the damage, making sure that the impact was survivable. Every time you thought you had hit rock bottom, you did not realize that rock bottom was actually my hand, preventing you from falling any further. And now I am lifting you back to your feet. I am brushing off the dirt and shame of your fall. I am straightening your crown that got knocked crooked when you went down. I am putting the weapon of faith back in your hand. I am reminding you who you are and whose you are. You are not defined by your falls. You are defined by your risings. And this rising will be the most spectacular one yet, because I am the one doing the lifting. I am lifting you out of the pit of depression that has tried to swallow you. That pit was not your home. That darkness was not your destiny. The hopelessness that surrounded you in that pit was a lie, a deception designed to make you stop fighting, stop believing, stop hoping for better days. The enemy wanted you to make a permanent home in that pit, to decorate the walls, to settle in and accept that this was where you would spend the rest of your life. But I never intended for you to stay there. That pit was a temporary location, not a permanent address. I am reaching down into that pit right now. I am grabbing your hand with my hand, and I am pulling you up out of the darkness into my marvelous light. The pit of depression has no right to keep you. I have paid the price for your freedom, and I am claiming what is mine. You are mine, and you are free. And you will not spend another day trapped in that pit, because I am lifting you out of it right now. The darkness is releasing its grip on you. The heaviness is lifting. The hopelessness is being replaced with hope. You are coming up out of the pit, and you will not return to it. I am lifting you out of the pit of addiction that has held you captive. That substance, that behavior, that obsession that you have not been able to break free from on your own. I am breaking its power over you in this moment. The chains of addiction are falling off. The cravings that have driven you back to the thing that was destroying you are being silenced. The lies that convinced you that you needed this thing to survive, to cope, to feel okay, are being exposed as the deceptions they always were. You do not need that addiction. You never did. It was a counterfeit solution to a real problem. a temporary relief that created permanent damage. I am your satisfaction. I am your coping mechanism. I am your peace. I am what you have been looking for all along. The answer to the need that drove you to addiction in the first place. You do not need anything else because I am more than enough. I am lifting you out of the pit of addiction and setting your feet on the solid ground of freedom. The substance has lost its power. The behavior has lost its appeal. The obsession has lost its grip. You are free, truly free, and you will walk in that freedom from this day forward. I am lifting you out of the pit of financial ruin that you thought would be your permanent address. The debts that have piled up, the bills that have gone unpaid, the financial mistakes that have compounded over time, none of these are powerful enough to keep you trapped if I decide to lift you out. And I have decided. The pit of financial ruin is not your destiny. Abundance is your destiny. Prosperity is your inheritance. Financial freedom is what I have planned for you. I am releasing provision that will not only meet your current needs, but will pay off your debts, establish savings, and create a foundation of financial stability that you have never experienced before. Money is coming to you from expected and unexpected sources. Debts are going to be canceled. Bills are going to be paid. Savings are going to accumulate. For the first time in your life, or perhaps for the first time in a very long time, you are going to experience what it feels like to have more than enough. The pit of financial ruin is not your home. I am lifting you out of it and placing you on the high ground of abundance where you will have more than enough for yourself and more than enough to bless others. I am lifting you out of the pit of loneliness that has made you feel invisible and forgotten. I see you. I know your name. I know every detail of your life, every thought in your mind, every feeling in your heart. You are not invisible to me. You are not forgotten by me. Even when no one else sees you, I see you. Even when no one else remembers you, I remember you. Even when no one else cares about you, I care about you with a love that is deeper and more intense than any human love could ever be. And in this season, I am lifting you out of that isolation and connecting you with people who will see you the way I see you, who will value you the way I value you, who will love you with a love that reflects my love for you. The pit of loneliness is not your destiny. Community, connection, and belonging are waiting for you on the other side of this season. You will not spend the rest of your life feeling alone. You will have deep friendships. You will have meaningful relationships. You will have people who know you fully and love you completely. The loneliness is ending. The connection is beginning. I am lifting you out of the pit of purposelessness that has made you question why you are even here. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your life is not an accident, not a mistake, not a cosmic coincidence. I designed you intentionally for a specific mission, and I am lifting you out of confusion into clarity about what that mission is. The questions that have haunted you about your identity and your calling will be answered in this season. You will know who you are. You will know why you are here. You will know what you are supposed to do, and that knowledge will fill your days with meaning and your heart with satisfaction. As I lift you up, I am also opening doors to new opportunities that will change everything. These opportunities are not random. They are divinely orchestrated encounters, connections, and openings that I have been preparing for this exact moment in your life. Some of these opportunities will come through people you already know. Others will come through strangers who will become important figures in your story. Some will arrive through expected channels. Others will appear in ways that will surprise and delight you. But all of them are coming because I am opening the doors and leading you through them. New career opportunities are opening for you. If you have been stuck in a job that does not utilize your gifts or pay what you deserve, change is coming. The position you are in right now is not where you will be for the rest of your life. Something better is coming. Something that will align with your purpose. Something that will pay you what you are worth. Something that will give you satisfaction as well as income. If you have been unemployed and wondering if anyone will ever hire you again, the right position is being prepared for you right now. The job search that has been so discouraging is about to yield results that will exceed your expectations. If you have been dreaming of starting your own business or ministry but have not known how to begin, the resources and connections you need are about to appear. I am opening doors in your career that will allow you to thrive financially while also fulfilling your purpose. Work is not supposed to be a punishment or a necessary evil. It is supposed to be an expression of your gifts and a source of satisfaction. I am leading you to work that will feel like a calling, not just a job. New relational opportunities are opening for you. Divine connections are about to enter your life. People who will become lifelong friends, ministry partners, business associates, and maybe even a spouse if that is what you have been praying for. These are not ordinary connections. These are people I have specifically selected for you. People whose gifts complement your weaknesses, whose strengths support your growth, whose presence in your life will accelerate your progress toward everything I have called you to be and do. These are people who will believe in you when you doubt yourself. These are people who will speak truth to you when you need to hear it. These are people who will pray for you when you cannot pray for yourself. These are people who will celebrate your victories and carry you through your defeats. Keep your eyes open for these new faces. They are coming, and you will recognize them by the peace you feel in their presence and the way your spirit resonates with theirs. New ministry opportunities are opening for you. You have gifts that the body of Christ needs. You have a testimony that will set captives free. You have insights and experiences that will bring healing and hope to people who are walking through what you have already survived. Your mess is becoming your message. Your test is becoming your testimony. Your pain is becoming your platform. I am opening doors for you to share what I have given you. Maybe it will be through teaching, preaching, writing, music, counseling, mentoring, or serving in practical ways. Maybe it will be through conversations with individuals or presentations to crowds. Maybe it will happen in churches or in coffee shops, in conference rooms or in living rooms. Whatever form it takes, I am creating opportunities for you to make an eternal impact on the lives of others. Your pain will become someone else's prescription. Your story will become someone else's survival guide. Your breakthrough will become someone else's hope. New creative opportunities are opening for you. I made you in my image, and I am the creator, which means creativity is woven into your DNA. You have ideas that the world needs. You have artistic expressions that will touch hearts and change minds. You have innovative solutions to problems that have stumped others. The creativity I placed in you has been dormant for too long, suppressed by the demands of survival, pushed aside by the responsibilities of daily life. But in this season, I am awakening your creative gifts. I am making time for you to create. I am giving you ideas that will flow so freely you will not be able to write them down fast enough. Whether your creativity expresses itself through art, music, writing, business, technology, design, or any other channel, I am opening doors for your creative gifts to be seen, appreciated, and rewarded. Stop hiding your creativity because you are afraid it is not good enough. I am the one who gave you these gifts, and I do not give mediocre gifts. What I have placed in you is extraordinary, and it is time for the world to see it. New educational opportunities are opening for you. If you have felt limited by your lack of knowledge or credentials, change is coming. Doors are opening for you to learn what you need to learn, whether through formal education, informal mentoring, or supernatural downloads of wisdom and understanding. I am the source of all knowledge, and I am willing to share that knowledge with you. Ask me for wisdom, and I will give it generously. Seek opportunities to grow in your understanding, and I will place them in your path. Your future is not limited by your past education or lack thereof. I can teach you things in moments that would take others years to learn. I can give you insight that cannot be gained from any textbook. I am opening doors for your learning and growth. New geographical opportunities are opening for some of you. I am calling some of you to move to new places where your destiny awaits. These relocations might seem scary or inconvenient, but they are part of my plan for your maximum impact and blessing. The place where you are right now might not be the place where your breakthrough is waiting. There might be a city, a country, a region where the doors I have prepared for you are located. I will go before you to prepare the way. I will guide you every step of the journey. I will be with you when you arrive, connecting you with the right people and positioning you for the right opportunities. Not everyone is called to move, but if you have been sensing a stirring in your spirit about a new location, pay attention. That might be my voice calling you to the place where your breakthrough is waiting. I want to make something absolutely clear to you in this moment. Everything I am doing in your life, the opening of doors, the breaking of curses, the release of blessings, the healing of your soul, the rest for your heart, the protection over your life, the lifting when you fall, the new opportunities I am creating. All of it comes from one source: my love for you. I am not doing these things because you earned them or deserve them. I am not blessing you because you have been good enough, or faithful enough, or prayerful enough. I am blessing you because I love you. It is that simple and that profound. My love for you is the engine that drives everything I do on your behalf, and that love is not going anywhere. It is not contingent on your performance. It is not dependent on your perfection. It is rooted in who I am, not who you are. And because I never change, my love for you will never change. I have loved you since before time began, before you took your first breath, before your parents knew you existed, before the first human being ever walked on the earth. I loved you. You were in my heart before you were in your mother's womb. I knew your name before anyone spoke it over you. I saw your face before any human eye beheld it. I knew every day that would be written in the book of your life before you lived a single one of them. And through all that foreknowledge, through my awareness of every mistake you would make, every sin you would commit, every time you would doubt me or disobey me or turn away from me, I still chose to create you. I still chose to love you. I still chose to pursue you with my relentless, unfailing, unconditional love. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are unloved or unlovable. That is one of his oldest lies, and he has used it effectively against countless souls throughout history. He wants you to believe that something is fundamentally wrong with you, that you are defective in some way that makes you unworthy of love. He points to your failures as evidence. He reminds you of your darkest moments. He whispers that if people really knew you, they would never love you. He tells you that the good you see in others is genuine, but the good others see in you is an illusion that will eventually be exposed. But he is a liar, and his lies are exposed by the truth of my word. The truth is that I know you better than anyone else, better than you know yourself, and I love you completely. There is nothing hidden from me. I see it all, and my affection for you is constant. You are cherished, not despite who you are, but because of who you are. Because I made you, and you are mine. My love for you is active, not passive. It is doing something, accomplishing something, changing something in your life right now. My love is breaking chains that have held you back. My love is opening doors that were closed against you. My love is healing wounds that have caused you pain. My love is restoring relationships that were broken. My love is providing resources you need to fulfill your purpose. My love is protecting you from harm seen and unseen. My love is guiding you toward your destiny with patient persistence. My love is not a sentiment or a feeling. It is a force, the most powerful force in the universe, and it is focused on you in this moment with laser-like intensity. You are the object of my affection, the target of my blessing, the recipient of my grace. And nothing can separate you from this love. Not death, not life, not angels, not demons, not the present, not the future, not any power in existence. My love for you is eternal, unbreakable, and unstoppable. Let me speak specifically to some of you who are facing financial crisis right now. I know about the bills that are piled up on your kitchen table, the ones you are afraid to open because you already know you cannot pay them. I know about the phone calls from creditors that you have been avoiding, the threatening letters that have been arriving, the fear of losing your home or your car, or everything you have worked so hard to build. I know about the shame you feel when you cannot provide for your family the way you want to, when you have to say no to your children for things that other parents can easily afford, when you have to pretend that everything is fine when inside you are drowning in financial anxiety. But I want you to know that your financial situation is not beyond my ability to transform. I have parted seas. I have made water flow from rocks. I have multiplied bread and fish to feed thousands. Your financial problem, no matter how large it seems to you, is small in my hands. I am releasing provision into your life that will not just solve your current crisis, but will establish a foundation of financial stability that will last for generations. Let me speak to those of you who are facing health challenges that seem overwhelming. I know about the diagnosis that shook your world, the medical terminology that you did not understand but knew was bad. The treatment options that all seemed frightening and uncertain. I know about the nights you have spent wondering how much time you have left, the moments when you have looked at your loved ones and wondered if you would be there for the important milestones in their lives. I know about the physical pain that has become your constant companion, the exhaustion that makes every day feel like a marathon, the frustration of a body that will not cooperate with the life you want to live. But I am the same God who healed lepers with a word, who gave sight to the blind, who raised the dead to life. Your condition is not too difficult for me. I am releasing healing into your body right now, healing that will confound your doctors and defy their expectations. The medical reports that have predicted your decline will have to be revised as my healing power works in ways that medical science cannot explain. Let me speak to those of you who are trapped in toxic relationships that are destroying your peace and your sense of self. I know about the partner who tears you down instead of building you up, who makes you feel worthless instead of cherished, who takes from you without ever giving back. I know about the family member who manipulates and controls, who uses guilt as a weapon, who makes every gathering a source of stress instead of joy. I know about the friend who is not really a friend at all, who only shows up when they need something, who betrays your trust and then acts like nothing happened. These relationships have been draining your energy and stealing your joy. But in this season, I am bringing change. Some of these relationships will be transformed as I work in the hearts of the other people involved. Others will be removed from your life as I make space for the healthy, life-giving relationships that I have prepared for you. You will no longer be trapped by people who do not have your best interests at heart. Let me speak to those of you who are struggling with your mental health. I know about the depression that makes it hard to get out of bed, that steals your motivation and your joy, that makes you wonder what the point of anything is. I know about the anxiety that keeps your mind racing with fears and what-ifs, that makes every situation seem more dangerous than it is, that prevents you from enjoying the good things in your life because you are always waiting for something bad to happen. I know about the trauma that replays in your mind without warning, the memories that ambush you and transport you back to the worst moments of your life, the triggers that can turn an ordinary day into an emotional crisis. Mental illness is not a sign of weak faith. It is not a punishment for sin. It is not something you should be ashamed of. And it is not beyond my power to heal. I am touching your mind right now with my healing power, restructuring your thought patterns, rebalancing your brain chemistry, removing the roots of trauma that have been causing you so much pain. The mental anguish you have been experiencing is coming to an end. Let me speak to those of you who feel like you are stuck, unable to move forward in any area of your life. You have been in the same place for so long that you have started to believe that this is all there is, that this is the best you can hope for, that change is something that happens to other people but not to you. Every time you have tried to move forward, something has pulled you back. Every time you have built momentum, something has stopped you in your tracks. It is as if there is an invisible barrier preventing you from making progress. But I want you to know that I am breaking that barrier right now. The invisible forces that have been holding you back are being removed. The stagnation is ending. Movement is coming. You are about to experience progress that will make up for all the time you felt stuck. In the coming days and weeks, you will look back at this moment and realize that this is when everything started to change. Let me speak to those of you who have given up on your dreams. Somewhere along the way, the dreams I placed in your heart got buried under the weight of responsibilities, disappointments, and practical concerns. You stopped believing that those dreams were possible. You started telling yourself that they were just fantasies, unrealistic expectations that needed to be set aside for more practical pursuits. But those dreams were not random desires. They were seeds I planted in your heart, glimpses of the purpose I designed you for. And in this season, I am resurrecting those dreams. I am blowing the dust off the visions that you buried. I am reminding you of the fire that used to burn inside you before life tried to extinguish it. Your dreams are not dead. They were just dormant, waiting for the right season to bloom. This is that season. The doors are opening for the very things you stopped believing were possible. Let me speak to those of you who are carrying shame from your past. The things you have done, the choices you have made, the person you used to be, these memories haunt you and make you feel disqualified from anything good. You have tried to move forward, but the past keeps pulling you back. You wonder if anyone would still respect you if they knew the whole truth about where you have been. and what you have done. The shame has become so familiar that you have accepted it as part of your identity, as if your past defines you forever. But I am the God of redemption. I specialize in taking the broken pieces of people's lives and making something beautiful out of them. Your past does not disqualify you from your future. The very things you are most ashamed of are going to become platforms for the most powerful testimony. When people hear how far you have come, from where you were to where you are going, they will be inspired to believe that change is possible for them too. Your shame is being transformed into a story of redemption that will bring hope to countless others. Let me speak to those of you who are single and longing for a partner to share your life with. The loneliness has been profound. Watching others find love while you remain alone has been painful. You have wondered if there is something wrong with you, if you are somehow unlovable, if you will spend the rest of your life without the companionship your heart craves. Some of you have been hurt so badly in past relationships that you have built walls around your heart, protecting yourself from more pain, but also preventing love from getting in. I want you to know that I see your desire for partnership, and I honor it because I am the one who placed it in you. I designed humans for connection, and there is nothing wrong with wanting to share your life with someone. In this season, I am preparing both you and your future partner for the relationship I have planned. I am healing your wounds so you will be ready to love and be loved in a healthy way. I am bringing you to the right place at the right time. The person I have for you is also being prepared, and your paths will cross at exactly the right moment. Let me speak to those of you who are parents carrying heavy burdens for your children. You have watched your child make choices that break your heart. You have prayed countless prayers that seem to go unanswered. You have blamed yourself for what went wrong, wondered what you could have done differently, felt the weight of responsibility for another human being's choices. Some of your children are far from me right now, and it causes you pain that keeps you awake at night. Some of your children are struggling with addictions, mental health issues, relationship problems, or other challenges that you cannot fix no matter how desperately you want to. I want you to know that I love your children even more than you do. While you have been praying for them, I have been pursuing them. The seeds of faith that you planted in their hearts have not been wasted. Even when it seems like nothing is getting through, my word never returns void. Your children are on my heart, and I am working in ways you cannot see to draw them back to me and to restore them to wholeness. Keep praying. Keep believing. The breakthrough you have been praying for is closer than you think. Let me speak to those of you who are caretakers, exhausted from pouring yourself out for others who cannot take care of themselves. You have been caring for aging parents, sick spouses, children with special needs, or others who depend on you for their survival. The demands never seem to end. There is no one to take care of you while you are busy taking care of everyone else. You are running on empty, and you are not sure how much longer you can keep going. Your own needs have been neglected for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be healthy and rested. I see your sacrifice. I see the love that motivates every difficult day, and I am sending help. I am raising up people who will share the burden with you. I am providing resources that will make the caregiving easier. I am giving you supernatural strength for the days when human strength is not enough. And I am also caring for you, pouring my love into the empty places that your giving has created, refreshing your spirit so you can continue the beautiful work of loving others well. As you receive these words, I want you to know that everything is going to be okay. I know that statement might seem simplistic when you consider the complexity of your situation, the magnitude of your challenges, the uncertainty of your future. I know you have problems that seem unsolvable, situations that seem impossible, circumstances that seem unchangeable. But I need you to hear it and believe it, because it is true. Everything is going to be okay. Not because your circumstances will magically become easy, but because I am with you in every circumstance. Not because there will be no more challenges, but because I will give you victory over every challenge. Not because you will never hurt again, but because I will be your comfort in every pain. Everything is going to be okay, because I am okay. I am in control, and I am working all things together for your good. Let me speak to those of you who feel spiritually dry, as if your faith has lost its fire and your relationship with me has grown cold. There was a time when you felt my presence so strongly, when prayer came easily, when worship flowed from your heart without effort. But somewhere along the way, that connection seemed to fade. Now you go through the motions of faith without feeling anything. You read my word, but it does not penetrate. You pray, but your words seem to hit the ceiling and fall back down. You attend services, but you feel like an outsider looking in at something you used to be part of. This spiritual dryness has made you wonder if you have done something wrong, if I have withdrawn from you, if the intimacy you once felt was just an illusion that you can never recapture. But I want you to know that I have not moved. I have not withdrawn. I have not changed in my love for you or my desire for closeness with you. The dryness you are experiencing is a season, not a permanent condition. And in this moment, I am pouring my living water into your spirit, refreshing what has become parched, reviving what has become dormant, reigniting what has grown cold. Your passion for me is being restored. Your sensitivity to my presence is being renewed. The fire that once burned in your heart for me is being rekindled. Let me speak to those of you who are grieving a loss that has shattered your world. Someone you loved with all your heart is no longer here, and the absence feels unbearable. You go through your days with a heaviness that never lifts, a sadness that colors everything you do. You have moments when you forget, just for a second, and then the memory comes rushing back and the pain hits you all over again. People tell you it will get easier with time, but right now that seems impossible to believe. The grief feels like it will swallow you whole. I want you to know that I understand grief. I watched my own son die. I felt the weight of that loss even though I knew the resurrection was coming. Grief is not a sign of weak faith. It is a sign of deep love. The pain you feel is proportional to the love you had, and that love is beautiful even as it causes you pain. I am not asking you to pretend you are not hurting. I am asking you to let me walk through this grief with you. I am the God of all comfort, and I want to be your comfort in this season. The person you lost is not forgotten. The impact they had on your life is eternal, and there will come a day when the memories bring more joy than pain, when you can celebrate the gift of their presence in your life without being crushed by their absence. Let me speak to those of you who are facing impossible decisions, crossroads where every path seems uncertain and the consequences of choosing wrong seem catastrophic. You have been paralyzed by indecision, unable to move forward because you cannot see clearly which direction I am leading. The options before you each have pros and cons, and no matter how much you analyze them, you cannot determine which one is my will for your life. You have prayed for clarity, but clarity has not come. You have asked for signs, but the signs have been ambiguous. The pressure of the decision is weighing on you, and you are terrified of making the wrong choice and living with the consequences forever. I want you to know that I am bigger than your decisions. Yes, I have preferences for your life. Yes, some paths are better than others. But I am capable of working through whatever path you choose. If you choose in good faith, seeking my guidance and following your best understanding of my direction, I will work with that choice. I will redeem your decisions. I will turn even imperfect choices into platforms for my purpose. Do not be so paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice that you make no choice at all. Take a step, and I will guide your feet. Make a decision, and I will order your paths. Trust me enough to move, and I will show you the way as you go. Let me speak to those of you who are battling temptations that seem impossible to resist. There is something that keeps pulling you back into sin, a pattern you have tried to break 1,000 times without success. Every time you think you have finally conquered it, you find yourself falling again. The shame of repeated failure has made you wonder if you are even truly saved, if you really belong to me, if there is any point in continuing to try when you just keep falling. You have started to believe that this particular sin is your destiny, something you will struggle with until the day you die. But I want you to tell you that no sin has more power than my grace. No temptation is too strong for my spirit within you to overcome. You have been trying to fight in your own strength, and that is why you have been failing. But when you let me fight through you, when you depend on my power instead of your willpower, everything changes. I am breaking the hold that this sin has on you. I am exposing the roots that make you vulnerable to this temptation. I am healing the wounds that drive you toward this destructive behavior. Freedom is possible. Complete, lasting freedom. And it starts with realizing that you cannot do this alone, but you do not have to. Let me speak to those of you who carry anger that has been burning inside you for years. Someone did something to you that was deeply wrong, and the injustice of it still makes your blood boil when you think about it. You have been told to forgive, but forgiveness seems impossible, even unreasonable, given what was done to you. Why should you forgive someone who has never apologized, never acknowledged their wrong, never faced any consequences for what they did? The anger feels righteous, justified, appropriate given the circumstances, but I want to show you what this anger is doing to you. It is not hurting the person who hurt you. They may not even know you are still angry. They may have moved on with their life while you remain chained to the past. The anger is poisoning you from the inside, stealing your peace, affecting your other relationships, consuming mental and emotional energy that could be used for so much better things. Forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. It is about letting yourself off the hook. It is about releasing the burden of carrying that anger, so that you can be free to live fully in the present, instead of being forever trapped in the past. I am helping you release this anger. I am healing the wound, so that the anger no longer has a source. I am giving you the supernatural ability to forgive what seems unforgivable. Let me speak to those of you who are exhausted from trying to be perfect, from performing for everyone around you, from wearing masks that hide who you really are. You have been pretending for so long that you have almost forgotten who you are underneath all the performances. Every relationship feels conditional, based on what you do rather than who you are. You are terrified that if people saw the real you, they would not love you. So you keep performing, keep achieving, keep measuring up to standards that seem impossible to reach. The exhaustion of maintaining the performance is destroying you. But I want you to know that I see behind all the masks. I know who you really are, the person you hide from everyone else, and I love that person completely. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to earn my love. You do not have to prove your worth through achievement. Your worth was established when I created you, and nothing you do or fail to do can change it. I am calling you out of the performance and into authenticity. I am creating safe spaces where you can be yourself without fear. I am teaching you that being known is better than being admired, that connection is more valuable than applause. Let me speak to those of you who are struggling with your identity, unsure of who you really are and where you belong. The world has so many voices telling you who you should be, what you should want, how you should live. Social pressures push you in one direction while your own heart seems to pull you in another. You look at other people and they seem so confident in who they are, while you feel like you are still trying to figure out the most basic things about yourself. This identity confusion has made you feel lost, unanchored, unable to make decisions because you do not even know what you really want or what you really value. But I am the one who designed you, and I know exactly who you are. I know the gifts I placed in you before you were born. I know the purpose I designed you for. I know the unique combination of personality, talents, passions, and experiences that makes you unlike anyone else who has ever lived or ever will live. In this season, I am revealing your true identity to you. I am stripping away the false identities that you have adopted to please others or protect yourself. I am speaking truth about who you are that will settle the questions and end the confusion. The season you are entering is unlike anything you have experienced before. It is a season of acceleration, where things that used to take years will happen quickly, and things that used to take time will happen in weeks. You have felt like you were moving in slow motion while everyone else was running ahead of you. But in this season, you are going to catch up and surpass people who seemed so far ahead. It is a season of multiplication, where one seed will produce 100 harvests, and one investment will generate 1,000 returns. The principle of multiplication is being activated in your life. What you give will come back to you multiplied. What you invest will yield returns beyond what mathematical formulas would predict. It is a season of restoration, where everything the enemy stole from you will be returned with interest, and the years that the locusts have eaten will be replaced with abundance. You are going to experience restoration so complete that it will be as if the years of loss never happened. It is a season of revelation, where mysteries will be unveiled, purposes will be clarified, and callings will be confirmed. Questions you have been asking for years will finally be answered. Confusion that has plagued you will finally be cleared. This is your season. and nothing the enemy tries will be able to stop what I've started. I want to speak now about the specific ways this breakthrough will manifest in your daily life. When I say I am opening doors, I mean you will have specific experiences in the coming days and weeks where opportunities appear that were not there before. A phone call will come, an email will arrive, a conversation will happen that changes everything. Someone will offer you something you did not even know you needed. A door that was slammed in your face will suddenly open. A barrier that seemed permanent will suddenly be removed. These are not metaphors or spiritual abstractions. These are literal events that are going to happen in your actual life as a direct result of what I am doing in the spiritual realm right now. When I say I am breaking curses, I mean patterns that have repeated in your life for years are going to stop repeating. The cycle of poverty that always brought you back to financial lack after every step forward is being broken. The pattern of relationships that always ended in heartbreak is being shattered. The recurring health issues that seem to be your destiny are being interrupted. The family conflicts that erupted at every holiday are being dismantled. You will notice the difference. Things that always happened a certain way will stop happening that way. People will respond to you differently. Circumstances that always developed a certain way will develop differently. This is the evidence that the curses are being broken. When I say I am releasing blessings, I mean good things are going to start happening to you with noticeable frequency. Not just occasionally, not just once in a while, but with a regularity that will make it obvious that something has changed. Checks will arrive unexpectedly. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere. People will give you things and you will not even know why. Doors will open that you did not knock on. Invitations will come that you did not seek. Resources will flow toward you instead of away from you. This is what it looks like to live under an open heaven, where blessing is the normal state of your life rather than the exception. When I say I am healing your soul, I mean the pain that has been your constant companion is going to begin to lift. The memories that have haunted you are going to lose their power to hurt you. The triggers that used to send you into emotional spirals are going to stop working. The anxiety that made every day feel like a battle is going to quiet down. The depression that made it hard to see any point in anything is going to lift. This healing may happen suddenly, in a moment of breakthrough that leaves you forever changed. Or it may happen gradually, a slow but steady improvement that you look back later and marvel at how far you have come. Either way, healing is coming. The soul wounds that have defined your inner experience are being touched by my healing power. When I say I am giving rest to your heart, I mean the constant stress that has been your normal state is going to be replaced by peace. You will stop waking up with your stomach in knots. You will stop going through your day waiting for the next catastrophe. You will stop lying awake at night replaying every worry in your mind. Rest is going to become possible in a way it has not been possible for a long time. Not because everything in your life will be perfect, but because you will finally trust that I have everything under control. That trust will produce a rest that does not depend on your circumstances being easy. It is a rest that comes from knowing that no matter what happens, I am with you and I will take care of you. When I say I am protecting you, I mean specific attacks that were planned against you are being stopped. There are schemes that the enemy has developed to destroy you that are being exposed and dismantled before they can be executed. There are accidents that were supposed to happen that are being prevented. There are illnesses that were supposed to strike that are being blocked. There are relationships that were supposed to fall apart that are being preserved. You may never know all the things that were supposed to happen but did not happen because my protection was active in your life. But I know, and I want you to know that my protection is not passive. It is active, aggressive, vigilant, and effective. You are safe not because there are no threats, but because I am more powerful than any threat. When I say I am lifting you up, I mean the low place where you have been is about to become a distant memory. The depression is lifting. The addiction is breaking. The financial hole is filling. The relational isolation is ending. The confusion is clearing. You are rising out of the pit that tried to become your permanent home. And as you rise, you will gain a perspective you did not have when you were at the bottom. You will see that I was with you the whole time, even when you could not feel me. You will see that I was working the whole time, even when you could not see any progress. You will see that the pit, as terrible as it was, taught you things and developed things in you that could not have been developed any other way. And you will use what you learned in the pit to help others who are still there. When I say I am opening new opportunities, I mean the landscape of possibility in your life is about to change dramatically. Things that were not options before will become options. Paths that were blocked will become clear. Dreams that seemed impossible will become achievable. Resources that were unavailable will become available. Connections that did not exist will be formed. The limitations that have defined what was possible for you are being removed. You are about to step into a season where the scope of what is possible for your life is far greater than anything you have experienced before. Do not let your past limitations define your expectations for the future. I am doing something new, and the old rules no longer apply. Take courage, my beloved child. Do not let fear steal the joy of this moment or the hope of this season. Fear has been a familiar companion for too long, whispering worst-case scenarios, highlighting potential dangers, magnifying uncertainties until they seemed insurmountable. But fear is a liar, and its time in your life is over. I am replacing fear with faith, anxiety with peace, worry with worship. As you walk through the doors I am opening, as you receive the blessings I am releasing, as you experience the healing I am providing, let courage rise in your heart. Not courage based on your own abilities, but courage based on my presence with you and my power working through you. With me on your side, you cannot lose. With me as your strength, you cannot fail. With me as your God, everything truly is possible. The transformation that is happening in your life will not go unnoticed by those around you. People will see the change and wonder what happened to you. Your countenance will be different. Your confidence will be different. Your circumstances will be different. There will be a light in your eyes that was not there before. There will be a peace in your demeanor that others will notice and envy. There will be a joy in your spirit that will be contagious to everyone around you, and they will ask you about it. They will want to know your secret. They will be curious about how you went from where you were to where you are. When they do, I want you to tell them about me. Tell them that I am real, that I answer prayers, that I open doors and break curses and release blessings and heal souls and give rest to weary hearts. Tell them that what I did for you, I can do for them too. Your testimony will be a weapon that defeats the enemy and a tool that draws others into my kingdom. Your breakthrough is not just for you. It is for everyone who will hear your story and find hope in it. Every person who witnesses your transformation is a potential believer who could be inspired to seek me for themselves. I want you to understand that what I am doing in your life right now is not just about changing your circumstances. It is about changing you. The blessings I am releasing are designed to develop your character as much as they improve your situation. The doors I am opening are meant to stretch your faith as much as they expand your opportunities. The healing I am providing is intended to deepen your compassion as much as it relieves your pain. I am using this season of breakthrough to prepare you for the next level of purpose that I have planned for your life. The blessing is not just for your enjoyment, it is for your development. This is why some of the breakthroughs will come with challenges attached. The new job I am giving you will require you to grow in ways you have not grown before. The new relationships I am bringing will demand a level of vulnerability and trust that will be uncomfortable at first. The financial increase I am releasing will test your stewardship and reveal what is really in your heart when it comes to money. The healing I am providing will expose areas of your life that were hidden by the pain, areas that still need to be surrendered to me. Do not be surprised when blessing brings new challenges. This is part of the process. I am not just changing your circumstances, I am changing you. But do not be afraid of this process. I am gentle in the way I develop my children. I do not push you faster than you can go, or demand more than you can give. I meet you where you are and walk with you step by step toward who you are becoming. When the challenges come, I will be right there with you, giving you wisdom for every decision, strength for every difficulty, grace for every failure. You are not alone in this process of transformation. I am with you every step of the way, cheering you on, picking you up when you fall, reminding you of your identity when you forget. The future I have for you is so much bigger than you can imagine. If you could see what I see, if you could glimpse even a fraction of what I have planned for the rest of your life, you would be overwhelmed by the goodness of it. The dreams you have are actually smaller than what I want to give you. The goals you are reaching for are actually stepping stones to something far greater. The vision you have for your life, as beautiful as it may be, is just a shadow of the reality I am creating. This is why I ask you to trust me even when you cannot see where I am leading. This is why I ask you to follow me even when the path does not make sense. The destination is worth any uncertainty along the way. There are people who are going to be impacted by your life that you have never met. There are generations that will be blessed because of choices you are making right now. There are strangers who will become family, who will enter your life through the doors I am opening and become permanent parts of your story. There are opportunities that do not even exist yet that will be created specifically for you. There are problems in the world that will be solved through the gifts I have given you. There are orphans who will be cared for, sick people who will be healed, broken hearts that will be mended, lost souls who will be found, all because of the overflow of what I am doing in your life right now. Your breakthrough is part of a larger story that spans generations and touches nations. You are not an isolated individual living a disconnected life. You are a vital part of my body, connected to every other believer throughout history, linked to every future generation that will be born, tied to my eternal purposes that extend far beyond what your natural mind can comprehend. What I am doing in your life right now has implications that reach into eternity. The doors I am opening for you today will lead to blessings that will still be bearing fruit 1,000 years from now. Take this seriously. Receive this humbly. Steward it faithfully. The breakthrough is a gift, but it is also a responsibility. I know that the weight of purpose can feel heavy sometimes. When you realize how much is at stake, when you understand how many people are depending on you stepping into your calling, the pressure can feel overwhelming. But I want you to know that the weight of purpose is not yours to carry. I am the one who accomplishes the purpose. I am the one who produces the fruit. I am the one who ensures that everything I have planned comes to pass. Your job is simply to show up, to say yes, to take the next step. My job is to do the heavy lifting, to make things happen, to orchestrate all the details that you could never manage on your own. When Moses faced the Red Sea with an army behind him and an impossible barrier ahead of him, he did not have to part the waters himself. He just had to lift his staff. When David faced Goliath with nothing but a sling and 5 stones, he did not have to defeat the giant in his own strength. He just had to show up and trust. When Esther faced the possibility of genocide against her people, she did not have to change the king's heart by her own persuasion. She just had to enter his presence and let me work through her. This is the pattern of partnership between us. You do what you can do. I do what only I can do. Together we accomplish what neither could accomplish alone. So do not be paralyzed by the enormity of what I am calling you to. Do not let the size of the vision intimidate you into inaction. Do not talk yourself out of your destiny because you cannot see how you could possibly fulfill it. You are not supposed to see how. That is my department. You are just supposed to believe that I can do what I have promised and take the steps I put in front of you. Start with the next step. That is all. Just the next step. I will show you the step after that when you need to see it. The breakthrough you are receiving is the beginning of something, not the end. It is the opening chapter of a new book, not the final page. It is the sunrise of a new day, not the sunset. As good as things are about to become, they are only going to get better. The blessings will increase, the doors will multiply, the healing will deepen, the rest will become more complete, the protection will become more evident. The lifting will continue higher and higher. There is no ceiling on what I can do in your life. There is no limit to how far I can take you. The only constraint is what you can believe and receive. This is why faith is so important. Not because I need your faith to do my work, but because your faith is the vessel that contains my blessing. A larger faith can hold a larger blessing. A smaller faith limits what you can receive, not because I am unwilling to give more, but because you are unable to hold more. I am stretching your faith in this season precisely because I want to give you more than you have ever received before. The challenges that have tested your faith were designed to expand it. The delays that frustrated you were intended to deepen your trust. Everything you have been through has been preparation for this moment, developing in you the capacity to receive what I am now ready to release. I am so proud of you. I know that might be surprising to hear. given all the ways you feel you have fallen short. But I am proud of you for still being here, still believing, still hoping, still trusting me despite everything you have been through. Your faith has been tested in ways that would have destroyed lesser hearts. Your endurance has been proven through trials that would have caused others to give up. You have kept going when everything in you wanted to stop. You have kept praying when it seemed like I was not listening. You have kept believing when the evidence seemed to contradict my promises. And I am proud of you. So proud. Your faithfulness has not gone unnoticed, and it is about to be rewarded in ways that will leave you breathless with gratitude. The best is yet to come. I know the enemy has tried to convince you that your best days are behind you, that it is too late for your dreams to come true, that the opportunities have passed you by. He wants you to believe that you are past your prime, that you missed your window, that the ship has sailed and you were not on it. But he is wrong. He is always wrong about what I have planned for my children. The truth is that what you have experienced so far, even the best of it, has just been the introduction to your story. The main event has not even started yet. The things I am about to do in your life will make everything that came before look like a mere appetizer before the feast. Hold on to hope, because the best is truly yet to come. I want to declare over your life right now a series of blessings that I am releasing. Receive these words as prophetic declarations that are being established in the spiritual realm as you hear them. Your health is blessed. From the top of your head to the soles of your feet, I am releasing health and wholeness into every part of your body. Every organ is functioning as I designed it to function. Every system is operating in perfect harmony with every other system. Sickness is being expelled. Disease is being reversed. Decay is being stopped and regeneration is beginning. You are blessed with long life and good health to enjoy all the other blessings I am giving you. Your finances are blessed. Money is being released from sources you know about and sources you do not know about. Debts are being canceled. Bills are being paid. Savings are accumulating. Investments are producing returns beyond what you expected. Job opportunities are opening. Business ventures are prospering. Financial wisdom is increasing so that you manage well what I give you. The poverty that has plagued your life and your family line is being broken. Abundance is becoming your new normal. Not just enough to survive, but overflow to share with others. Your relationships are blessed. The people I have designed to be in your life are being drawn toward you. Toxic relationships are being removed or transformed. Misunderstandings are being cleared up. Conflicts are being resolved. Forgiveness is flowing where unforgiveness once blocked connection. Love is deepening. Trust is being established. Divine connections are being formed that will change the trajectory of your life. Your family is blessed with unity, peace, and mutual support. Your mind is blessed. Clarity is replacing confusion. Peace is replacing anxiety. Joy is replacing depression. Healthy thought patterns are replacing destructive ones. Creativity is flowing. Wisdom is increasing. Memory is sharpening. Focus is improving. The mental attacks of the enemy are being deflected. Your thought life is becoming a source of strength instead of a battlefield of struggle. Your purpose is blessed. The calling I placed on your life is being clarified. The gifts I gave you are being activated. The doors to fulfilling your purpose are being opened. The resources you need to accomplish your mission are being provided. The people who will partner with you in your purpose are being positioned. Confusion about your identity and your direction is being replaced with crystal clarity. You will know who you are. You will know why you are here. You will know exactly what you are supposed to do. Your sleep is blessed. When you lay down, you will sleep in peace. Your rest will be deep and restorative. Your dreams will be meaningful, not troubling. You will wake refreshed and ready for the day ahead. The insomnia that has robbed you of rest is being broken. The nightmares that have disturbed your sleep are being stopped. Your bedroom is becoming a sanctuary of peace where your body and mind can recover from the demands of each day. Your home is blessed. Peace is the atmosphere that fills every room. Protection surrounds your dwelling like an invisible shield. Provision is abundant so that there is always enough and more than enough. Love flows freely between everyone who lives under your roof. Conflict is resolved quickly before it can cause lasting damage. Your home is a place of refuge from the chaos of the world, a place where healing happens, where relationships are nurtured, where memories are made, where life is lived to the full. Your future is blessed. The plans I have for you are good plans. Every day that remains for you on this earth is filled with purpose and meaning. The best days of your life are not behind you. They are ahead of you. Every year is going to be better than the last. Every season is going to bring new blessings, new opportunities, new experiences of my goodness. The future I have written for you is a future you will love living. These blessings are not wishes or hopes. They are declarations spoken with the authority of heaven. They are being established in the spiritual realm as you receive them in faith. What has been declared will come to pass because I am the God who keeps his promises. Not one word that I have spoken will fall to the ground unfulfilled. Everything I have said I will do. Rest now in the assurance that I have heard every prayer you have prayed. Not one of them was ignored or forgotten. Each prayer was received in heaven, recorded in my books, and considered carefully in my timing and wisdom. Some of those prayers were answered in ways you recognized. Others were answered in ways you did not recognize at the time, but will understand later. Still others are being answered in this very season as doors open and curses break and blessings flow. And the prayers that are not yet answered are held in my hands, waiting for the perfect moment when their fulfillment will accomplish the maximum good in your life and in the lives of others connected to your story. Keep praying. Never stop praying. Your prayers move my heart and release my power and change the course of history. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. This is your season of open doors and broken curses and overflowing blessings and deep healing and perfect rest and divine protection and supernatural lifting and new opportunities beyond your wildest dreams. Receive it. Believe it. Walk in it. Do not let doubt rob you of what I am giving you. Do not let past disappointments make you afraid to hope again. Do not let the enemy's lies drown out my voice speaking these truths over your life. You are my beloved child, and I am your loving Father. And I am doing a new thing in your life that will transform everything you thought you knew about what is possible. Watch and see, trust and believe, hope and expect. Because your God is faithful, and his promises are true, and everything he has spoken over your life will come to pass. I have walked with you through every valley, and I will continue to walk with you. The dark seasons that you thought would last forever did not defeat you because I was there, sustaining you when you could not sustain yourself, carrying you when you could not carry yourself, believing for you when your own faith had run dry. I was there in the sleepless nights when you stared at the ceiling wondering how you would make it through. I was there in the lonely moments when you felt like no one in the world cared whether you lived or died. I was there when no one else understood what you were going through. I have never left your side, not for a second, not for a moment, and I never will. Wherever you go, I go. Whatever you face, we face together. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. Every tear you have cried has been collected by me. Not one has fallen to the ground unnoticed or uncounted. I have been keeping track of your sorrows with the same care that I keep track of the stars in the sky. And every tear that was shed in pain will be transformed into a seed that produces joy. The crying that seemed endless will give way to laughter that cannot be contained. The mourning that felt permanent will be replaced by dancing that expresses the overflow of gladness in your heart. This is the exchange I offer. Beauty for ashes. The oil of joy for mourning. The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Your tears have not been wasted. They have been watering the seeds of your breakthrough. And now the harvest is coming. My heart is filled with joy as I think about what lies ahead for you. The plans I have for you are good plans. Plans for a future filled with hope. Every dream I have placed in your heart has a fulfillment date on my calendar. Every promise I have whispered to you in the quiet moments has an appointed time for manifestation. Every word I have spoken over your life carries the creative power to bring itself to pass. I am excited for you to experience what I have prepared. I have been preparing it since before you were born, and now the time has come for you to step into it. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the best chapter yet. Thank you for trusting me even when it was hard. Thank you for believing in me even when circumstances seemed to contradict my character. Thank you for holding on to my promises even when the waiting seemed endless. Your trust honored me. Your faith moved me. Your perseverance in prayer delighted my heart. And now, as I pour out blessing upon blessing on your life, I want you to know that this is not payment for your faithfulness. I cannot be bought. This is the natural overflow of relationship with me. When you walk with me, blessing follows. When you trust me, doors open. When you seek me, you find abundance beyond measure. Not because you earned it, but because this is who I am, and this is what I do for those who love me. Remember this moment, mark it in your heart as the moment when everything began to change. There will come a time when you look back and trace the transformation of your life to this exact point in time, to these exact words that you are receiving right now. This is the pivot point. This is the turning point. This is the moment when the tide shifted in your favor and the momentum began building toward the breakthrough that is now manifesting in your life. Years from now, when people ask you how it all started, when they want to know the moment when your life began to turn around, you will tell them about this moment. You will tell them about these words. You will tell them that you received a message from your Heavenly Father that changed everything. Go forward now with confidence. The same God who created the universe is fighting for you. The same power that raised the dead is working in your life. The same love that moved me to send my only son to die for you is motivating everything I am doing on your behalf right now. You cannot lose with me on your side. You cannot fail with my strength undergirding you. You cannot be defeated when the victory has already been won. Walk into your breakthrough with your head held high, your heart full of faith, and your mind at peace. The doors are open, the curses are broken, the blessings are flowing, the healing has begun, the rest is available, the protection is active, the lifting is happening, the opportunities are appearing. This is your time, my beloved child. This is your moment. Receive everything I am pouring into your life. Open your hands to receive blessing. Open your heart to receive healing. Open your mind to receive wisdom. Open your spirit to receive peace. Do not hold back out of fear or unworthiness. You are worthy because I have made you worthy. You are qualified because I have qualified you. You deserve good things because I have declared that you deserve them. Stop listening to the voices that told you otherwise. They were wrong about you. I am right about you. And I say, you are blessed, favored, loved, chosen, destined for greatness, and worthy of every good thing I want to give you. Receive it all. The days ahead will be marked by wonder and awe as you see my hand at work in every single area of your life. You will wake up each day with anticipation, wondering what blessing I will release, what door I will open, what opportunity I will present. Life will feel different because you are different, transformed by my love and empowered by my spirit to live the abundant life I have always intended for you. The heaviness is lifting, the fog is clearing, the chains are breaking, the doors are opening. A new day is dawning over your life, and it is going to be more beautiful than anything you have ever experienced. My precious child, I have spoken these words over your life as a declaration of what I am doing and what I am going to do. These are not empty promises or wishful thoughts. These are divine decrees backed by my character, sealed by my blood, and guaranteed by my faithfulness that has never failed. Take these words and hold them close to your heart. Return to them when doubt attacks. Speak them over yourself when fear threatens. Let them be the anthem of your life as you walk into this new season of breakthrough and blessing. I am opening every door that was closed against you. I am breaking every curse that was spoken over you. I am releasing every blessing that belongs to you. I am healing every wound that has hurt you. I am giving rest to your weary heart. I am protecting you on every side. I am lifting you to new heights. I am creating new opportunities beyond what you asked or imagined. This is my word over your life. This is my promise to you. This is my declaration concerning your future. This is what I am doing. Believe it with all your heart. Receive it with open arms. Walk in it with confidence and joy. You are my beloved child, and I am your faithful God, and I am yours forever. Amen. If this message touched your heart and spoke directly to your situation, do not keep this blessing to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear these words from God. There is someone in your life who is struggling right now, someone who needs to know that doors are opening for them, someone who needs to be freed from curses that have held them back, someone who needs the healing and rest that only God can provide. Be the instrument that delivers this message to them. Type Amen in the comments to declare your agreement with everything God has spoken over your life. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another message from your Heavenly Father. He has more to say to you, more blessings to release, more doors to open. Your breakthrough is just beginning.